Alright, welcome back, I
Yeah,
guess.
sure.
Alright, hello. I'm
I
really
mean,
curious why Elise has those giant belts on her. They look so out of place. Oh, I guess they look a lot
yeah,
better when you're, like, in the pause menu anyways, they look out of place.
yeah. Alrighty, so I've been watching ReZero.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Alright. So I'll explain the plot summary for those
Ow!
of you who didn't catch it in Lost Cast. It's actually really cool of an anime.
Make it
I
sound
like the
like anime's
concept of it,
bad.
which is sort of how it attracted me, like Future Diary did. Except it's not the same concept. We got Subaru. We got a car. He's literally Subaru. He is
Yeah,
a vehicle.
his name is Subaru, which
Yeah, and
is...
he is a Subaru. He's an actual car. Um, so he's in a gas station. He's paying the guy to get so he can get some gas.
I think he's getting some
With
ramen.
some ramen. He got some ramen for himself. He's paying the guy for gas for because he's a car.
Yeah.
So
Vroom vroom, gotta get that
yeah.
fuel.
So we got vroom vroom. Gotta get that vroom vroom vroom. Gotta get that vroom vroom vroom. All right, no, but So he's a car. He steps out of the gas station. He like closes his eyes and suddenly he's in a different world. And he's like, "Whoa, I'm in a video game world." And like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I'm a gamer."
I loved how they did that too. That was really good. Like the way that they kind of presented them at first, like entering the world. Oh,
My only complaint
bye, dude.
with that is that they should have built the real world
Wow,
up
jeez.
just a little bit longer. So
I don't
the
think they
sudden,
needed to.
so the sudden change of scenery was like
He explained
more
himself well
dramatic.
enough. I don't think they like he
Show.
said
Have you ever heard the expression "show don't tell"?
sure.
It's an expression
I said
for
sure.
film and animation.
Zinker, you don't need to tell me about this.
I'm going to.
You
Where you
realize
instead of explaining stuff, you actually show it.
I know this.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
why
this
it's
stuff.
called show don't tell.
I hate you when you do this.
What's not? Well, you say all right, Derek. When you say sure, and you should know you do this. When you
I
say
do.
sure,
Oh no,
you
I know this.
automatically no. When you say sure, you automatically imply that you're not. It's not correct, and you don't know, or you don't know it, or whatever. Like you're saying yes, but you're not really saying yes. You're saying no.
Oh, there we go.
You know you do it too. Like
Oh, I know. Like
audacity.
my brother and my dad absolutely hate it because I do it to them all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's your own fault. But anyhow, to
oh wait, I
transport
think
this
am I in the
world,
sewer?
he thinks he has superpowers. Doesn't.
Yeah, he's pretty. He's
Beats up
pretty
some
average.
bandit thugs. Runs into a girl. Wants to fuck her.
All right, I'll just run it.
Yeah. The point of the show though is that every time he dies, he gets sent back to a certain point in time. And oh, it's Elma or Elsa or whatever her name is.
Elma. Yep.
Elsa.
Say
Got
what?
it. Let it go. I like how she is standing in the middle of a snow mountain.
Yeah.
And you have like an Anna-like character coming up with that Olaf dude because he was a green pixie fairy. Absolutely Disney's Frozen right here. It's just a complete ripoff.
Exactly. Yes. This was out before Frozen.
I mean, so Magic was out before Yu-Gi-Oh, but it still managed to rip Yu-Gi-Oh off.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
All right. I mean, when and where? I have a nice motel we can go to, if you want.
All right.
I'll grab the ball and chain.
You gotta treat me nice first. Okay. Well, okay. Never mind. That's good. That's good enough for me.
That's good enough. All right. No, you did it. Fucking. Oh, that's a wyvern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a wyvern? I think it is.
Yeah, it said it's a wyvern.
Oh,
And
okay.
also, that looks like a wyvern.
Well, there's differences between wyverns, dragons. There's a third class. Ow! That hurt! Stop it!
Isn't Hydra's?
Yeah.
Is Hydra's the other ones, or is it serpents?
I don't think Hydra is.
Is it serpents?
Some other wing thing. Come here, bitch. Oh wait.
A wing thing?
Um.
Don't know. Shit. So it's really cool
Ah,
in concept.
ah.
And that's what I like so much about it, that you have like the. All right, so just imagine like every time you die, like you could go back in time.
Dying's
In fact,
scary.
Derek, all right, so
that's the first thing.
you'd be scared.
Well, I'm saying, like, and this is something that comes up in it. Dying is scary. Like, he's, like, and the other thing, too, is he never knows for sure that he's actually going to come back. Like, for all he
Oh.
knows, he could have a set amount of lives.
I mean, yeah, he overthought that. If you didn't think about that,
Yeah.
there's not like I would have after like the first few times I would have never assumed that it's not gonna work again. I would always assume that.
And, you know, he did figure it out. You've seen that by now. Where you are.
No, he does. He kind of spoiler.
It's not a spoiler, really. Like, I mean.
Yeah. You referred to him as a useless piece of crap a lot.
I do. Yes.
He's so not as a character.
That hurts so much.
Alright, so he has like no special powers or anything. He is like he's basically a useless weakling, and I give that. But for a character that has literally nothing to give, he sure does a shit ton, dude. And that's something I don't understand. Is like oh wow, that was a nice game over.
Yeah,
great.
No, it was they're mean. Wyverns are mean.
Well, I don't.
Fuck these bees! Every time I get hit by these bees. No, we can keep going. I'm just gonna run. You can talk while I run. So then I can also contribute without having to think
really
too
not.
much.
So he does like even from the first episode, for not really having anything, he always manages to do something or be encouraging or do you know, like he does a lot for not having anything.
You could say he's very prideful, though. That is the thing.
What prideful? What do you mean prideful?
Like he's got a lot of he's very proud of himself, which is part of what adds to his uselessness.
He's very full of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little, I guess.
And that's part of what ends up hindering him, in some cases.
I guess, not really. For a character that has like he literally can't do anything, he does a shit ton trying to put stuff down. It's remarkable because I don't know why anyone would consider him useless. Because if he was even half as skilled as Rem, you'd fuck Rem over. Rem is best waifu, I guess. By the way.
Yes, this is confirmed by 90% of the fandom. And when I say 90%, I mean 50. Literally 50. She has they did a poll for people's favorite ReZero character. Crunchyroll did, and I think Rem got half the votes of just all characters overall. But you haven't gotten to that yet.
Yeah.
I don't think you've seen enough
amazing,
of her
but
yet.
no, he gets a shit ton. Like even the first episode, he does that coin trick on the little girl and gets her to stop crying. It's like all he had was a fucking coin. He's super resourceful. That's what
he is resourceful. I will give him that. He does make use of his uselessness, but
yeah, like that's fucking amazing. Like if he was half as powerful as Rem, he would fuck the shit out of Rem.
I don't know that he would.
No, if he was half as powerful, I think so. Yeah. Not to mention Return by Death, which is the power where you die.
Yeah.
And he comes back. Is also very powerful because you can predict outcomes. Also Chaos Theory, which
and this is
I
why
want to talk about Chaos Theory a while.
What I said to you before is the reason that he isn't completely useless is because he has their whole Return by Death thing.
Yeah, but
that's literally the only reason, or because otherwise he would, in every scenario he's been in, he dies a couple,
the mobbies. Oh, spoiler. Was he attacked by the dogs, dude?
Yeah.
He died. He hadn't died once that entire outcome, and he had no knowledge.
No, he did. He did there. He did get through that. I will admit there was a good stretch there where he didn't die. Oh, I guess I'm here again. Hello.
I mean,
Dragon.
he's really non-useless character for someone, who kind of is. Anyhow. What was I thinking? Alright, Derek. So, not quite the same as ReZero, but, you can choose any particular day or set of days, like a specific event in your life.
Okay.
You have the power of Return by Death, except it's, instead of dying, it's activated by you pressing a button.
Okay.
What day would you choose, and how would you go about using it to,
So I can basically go back to a day.
So, no,
And
say you had this power on the day.
fuck.
So like, you don't. I guess you wouldn't know anything of the future past that day, but like you could relive that day in multiple ways, and
Okay.
try. What day would you choose?
Um, there's a very specific date with that I think there's a very specific date that basically marks or the reason or that was very pivotal, I guess, in me not ending up with or not being able or there's a pivotal day which kind of put a rift between me ever ending up with that girl from my high school I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
There was a very pivotal point where where like I know exactly where it happened, and I would probably try to stop that. Because while I don't think while I'm not entirely sure we would have worked out, I don't think I honestly think that we probably wouldn't have. I killed the boss. I still do regret never like telling her how I felt about her and all. And there was a very pivotal point where I basically fucked myself on that completely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the first moment I had, or that's I think
I'd
the
probably
day I
choose
would
my
choose.
prom.
Mm.
Without going into too much details, prom was easily the worst day of my life, due to a lot of shitty things from friends and other females. But I always want to go back to that day, and not even necessarily like change the outcomes of the events, but I'd really like to spectate it because there's a whole story to that specific day that like consistently I learned something new about it every day, or like not every day, but like all the like at random intervals later in time, and it just surprises me. And there's like this huge negative big story that happened there for me. I'd really like to go and just see the entire thing. So I would probably choose that. Also, I'm pretty sure I could have had a girlfriend, maybe. Or maybe it would have not at least ended so shitty.
I know I could have if I didn't mess up my thing.
Actually, I probably wouldn't have had a girlfriend, but it would have been a lot less shitty for me if I did like something different, I think.
Yeah, I have no doubt I would have.
Yeah.
Or I could have made things work out, but I kind of fucked myself there.
Yeah.
Well, it was basically what happened was because like I liked the girl at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I made a comment to her and someone else that like they looked really good together, and apparently that gave the guy the confidence to ask her out.
Well,
like he later told me this too, like
yeah.
So that's basically how, and that's and like
the pooch.
Yeah, and like they were dating for the next year, and then after that, like she was dating someone else for the next 2 years, and I think she's still dating him. So like basically, I screwed myself over for the foreseeable future at that moment.
Yeah. There was actually a point in middle school where there was a girl who liked me, and I liked her, and I regret this to this day. It was some half day in middle school. So all I remember is like she dropped her eraser, and I this was back in middle school, so I was not well accustomed to females. I feel like I may have told this before, but so obviously she dropped it in front of me. She wanted me to pick it up, and I just sat there and stared at the eraser, and I couldn't get myself to pick up the eraser. I panicked, so to speak. So it was just kind of very awkward. And she picked it up, and I was like, oh. And then later that day, she was talking with like her close friend in middle school at the time, that she was going to talk to me about how she felt. And I guess we're out of time, but that's fine. I'll finish the story. So I completely and utterly panicked, and I overheard it, and I quickly walked away as fast as I could, and I grabbed my lunch out of my locker, and I kind of like bolted. I didn't run, but I bolted, and I just hear her go no, and I turn around. I think for a second, I'm like, what did you just do? And then the entire hallway floods with kids because everyone else got out of classes at that moment. That is and I regret it to this day because I really like that girl, and holy shit, my entire life could be so much different if I had just gone out with her.
Yeah,
and
mine
not
too.
like literally Wizards of Waverly Place, probably not. as I explained that day, I go, I panicked. Like how they used to say a lot when they do something really stupid and not logical. Yeah. Anyhow, it's
Hmm.
next time on Speletons time.
Yep. Let me finish this dialogue real quick.
Okay.
Just because like I think
Well, you're not gonna get to do
it's
that because Zinker's gonna. No, I'm just kidding. Go finish
it's
it.
basically what they're saying is like that a castle appeared out of the sky. Shit happens. Shut up. Basically, what
I'm
happens
enjoying my
is
cinnamon toast crunch.
this castle constantly appears out of the sky. It's a cycle where it makes two girls like one. It turns one into a fairy and gives them the power to combat evil and seal the castle again. And it also chooses two new people to make one into a fairy, and it's just a cycle that keeps happening or whatever. Which is why there were those two other people that were at the top of that pillar thing earlier. Also, I love Chanty constantly talking about kicking in people's shins. It's really funny. Yeah, that's all she can do. All right, we're good. Basically, that's what happens. So yeah.
Alright, well, next time on Speletons. Yeah, that was attractive, me. Way to go. Alright, bye.
Bye.